So today I'll be replacing the Palmrest on a ThinkPad T540p laptop for the purpose of mainly swapping out the touchpad. As you can see, it's quite worn, and the touchpad on this T540p is nice and good to go. So I was going to film a video about how to replace the touchpad. In this case, since the touchpad is attached to the Palmrest, I'm just going to swap out the Palmrest for the time being and maybe think about shooting a different video another time. So the first thing that we need to do is remove the batteries. So my initial thoughts are you have to remove the screws right here, here, and right here as they line up with the Palmrest. I'm going to also take off the cover for the RAM and the hard drive, and we'll see what's under there. Alright, so what I'm seeing underneath this cover is a screw here, one screw here, and one screw here. I'm going to assume that those are also for the Palmrest or related to the removal of the Palmrest, so I'm going to take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws, and we'll go from there. For good measure, we'll remove the screw for the optical drive as well, and we'll see if there's any screws underneath the optical drive inside the bay here. Looks like we're clear of screws in the optical drive bay. Alright, now let's see if we can get this Palmrest off. Also, I'm guessing we have to remove the keyboard, so let's go ahead and do that as well. Alright, so this keyboard was a little bit more difficult to take out than others. I'll link to a description on how to remove the keyboard in another video below, but there's 1, 2, 3 notches you can push up with a small flathead screwdriver, and that exposes screws that you can take out to remove the keyboard. In this case, it looks like one screw has been maybe mishandled before, and we'll have to inspect this keyboard later for better use, but that's how you get it out. And there's 2 little plastic latches connected to the motherboard that you just have to lift up to remove the ribbon cables. Again, I'll link to the other video below. So I'm also going to take a guess and remove what appears to be the ribbon cable for the power button. It looks like it probably connects to the Palmrest. Okay, so now we're ready to score the Palmrest with a nice plastic, yet firm guitar pick. Okay, it looks like we have another ribbon cable connecting to the Palmrest and the fingerprint reader. And just another plastic latch that you have to lift up in order to remove the cable from the motherboard. Okay. So now that I have this apart, one thing I am wondering is what this connection to the board is for. This one right here. So that was revealed after we took the Palmrest off. And if you do happen to know, and if you're listening to this video, watching it, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably take some time and research it myself as well. Okay, we're just taking a quick pause from this video to demonstrate how to remove the touchpad, replace the touchpad in a ThinkPad T540p. So now that you have the Palmrest off, we can flip it over and you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws to replace. Let's do that. Okay, now the Palmrest, I believe, should just fall right out. Yep. And here we are left with a ribbon cable. We can unplug from the Palmrest. Let's get a better look. So you can take if you have a long enough fingernail, you can use that. Or you can take a small flathead screwdriver like I have here. And we'll just flip up the little plastic tab holding it in place, pull it out, and here we have the touchpad removed. So to install a new one, of course, it's just the reverse process. I'll do it right now and I'll just speed it up just to demonstrate. Okay, so there's a little bit of fumbling around with the ribbon cable, and you'll notice that, and just in case my hand and or head were in the way, there's a little black line on the ribbon cable that you'll notice when you take it out. And when you put it back in, that black line should not be visible, except maybe just right along the bottom edge of this plastic clip on the motherboard, or on the little circuit board on the touchpad. So there we go. Now back to the rest of the video to reinstall the different Palmrest. Okay, so here we have the better touchpad and the better Palmrest. So I'm going to snap this in. It is noticeably better. Well, we'll connect the ribbon cable first to the motherboard here. It's noticeably better. It's cleaner initially. I'll have to go spend some extra time cleaning the keyboard I took off, because whoever used it before is someone who maybe didn't wash their hands all the time or ate a lot of food at their desk. It's all good, no judgment, just means extra cleaning for me. So now that we have the Palmrest back in place, let's attach the keyboard and do a quick boot test to make sure that everything is working okay. I know my body was in the way there, but I just want to also point out that interesting engineering with this laptop, and I really appreciate the longer cables, so you don't have to fiddle around with reattaching components such as the keyboard in this case. It was nice and easy. So let's plug this thing in and give it a test run. Okay, let's do a quick first boot test. Perfect. Alright, so I think I will go ahead and start cleaning this keyboard and get it ready to be reinstalled. And I don't think I'll show that on camera. I'll come back when I'm done and we'll finish off the installation and then do a quick little overview afterwards. Okay, I've given this keyboard a nice little cleaning, at least to my liking. For the time being, it's all good. Let's reattach it to the motherboard, screw it back in place, and give one final test. Okay, so now that we have the keyboard back on, let's do one more boot test, and then we'll finish up putting the screws back in the bottom of the laptop case. Alright, so good to go. Let's boot off and put those screws back in. Alright, so job is complete. We have our new Palmrest attached with the better looking touchpad. I'm pretty satisfied. It took a little bit of extra work to fit the keyboard back in, but that's not really a big deal. As long as you pay attention to detail, be gentle, you should be okay. So I'm actually going to be installing a solid state drive into this 2.5-inch hard drive bay. I didn't point it out earlier, but underneath this cover here we can also install a M.2 SATA 3 SSD, which I have done before in the past. I'll be putting in another 4GB RAM stick to equal 8GB of DDR3 RAM as well. but that's for another time and perhaps another video. So hopefully this video helped you out as far as how to replace a Palmrest on a ThinkPad T540p laptop. Have a nice day, and I should probably go feed my cat.